One of the absolute worst things to go your entire life with is what? Regrets. Regrets. There are so many people that go their entire life with a bunch of regrets, a bunch of unfulfilled dreams, you know? It pains me to think about the amount of people that live their whole entire lives and have nothing but a bunch of unfulfilled dreams. You know, the graveyard, the cemetery is probably the place where there's so many great ideas. You know, there's so many quotes about this, but it's one of the places that have so many great ideas that will never ever be realized. This week in my power and a half hour call, I talk about this lady that's from Australia. She's a hospice nurse, personal care nurse, and she worked with many people that only had a few months to live. The doctors only gave them a few weeks to a few months to live. And, as she worked with these different people, she had a lot of meaningful conversations with them. And a lot of times they shared with her what their deepest regrets were. And this lady ended up putting them together in an online article on a blog back in 2009. And it gotten so great response that she decided to put it together as a book, a memoir, and this book ended up becoming a bestseller, selling millions of copies all over the world. And this week in the call, I share with you five of the biggest regrets of all the people that she worked with. And I'm going to just quickly share them with you because this is just so important to me. I just truly believe that we only have one shot at life, and you never know when life is going to end. You can be super healthy today, and anything can happen tomorrow, and life is over. And one of the things that you don't want to happen is that you get to the end of your life, whenever that may be, because no one knows when their life is going to end, and you have all these regrets. You have all these unfulfilled dreams or desires or things that you want to accomplish. You want to make sure that you want to still be responsible, but you want to make sure that you live every single day knowing that, if today's your last day, you've pretty much done everything that you possibly could have done during the time frame that you've had. That's not to say that, if you want to travel all over the world and you're only 18 years old, you should have, and you die at 18, you should have traveled all over the world. That's probably not possible for many people, even though some people probably can accomplish that. But you want to know that, what? For the time that I was here on this earth, I was able to do many of the things that I wanted to do, and I don't really have much regrets. Anyway, the lady from Australia, I'm going to briefly share some of the biggest regrets that the patients that she worked with had. Number one, they all wish that they had the courage to live a life to themselves, not the life that others expected them to live. And I see this, and she said that this was probably the most popular one. And I think a lot of people just live their life for other people. I see a lot of people that go to school, and what it is that they go to school for or what it is that they work for, it's not something that they enjoy. It was something that someone told them that they needed to do. Maybe it's to go into a profession that their parents recommended to them, or a guidance counselor or a teacher or someone recommended to them. But at the end of the day, it's not what it is that they want to do. And I know a lot of people suffer from this. I get emails from people all over the world to say, Coach Mark, I hate what it is that I do. And to me, that's probably one of the most painful things, is to get up every single day, other than getting up next to someone that you don't want to see every day that you may hate. The next most painful thing is to go to a job and spend 8 hours every single day doing some level of work that you don't want to do. And I just, I feel empathy. I feel sorry for people that have to do that, but I don't think that it has to be like that forever. Sometimes we do have to work jobs that we may not want to work at till we can get ourselves to the level where we can do what it is that we want to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a part of life. But I don't feel that you have to be stuck working a job that you don't want to do every single day just because you feel that there's no other options. There's always an option. You just have to make a plan and stick to your plan and work diligently towards your plan, and then you can realize your plan. But let me tell you something. Don't live your life for anybody else. It's your life. Everyone has their own life, and you have to live your life for yourself. One of the other regrets that most of the people that she encountered had, especially men, was that they wished that they hadn't worked so hard. You know, a lot of them missed a lot of precious, valuable time that they could have spent with their families, with their kids, or with their spouses. And a lot of people go through that. A lot of people, I've experienced a little bit of that myself, and I'm glad that I'm at the level of my life now where I am able to spend a lot more time with my family and whatnot. But in my earlier years, I didn't. I was probably that person that worked extremely hard, 18, 19 hours every single day, 7 days a week. But I did that knowing that I had a plan to get to the level where I'm at now, where I can spend all the time in the world with anyone in my family if I so choose to. Another one of the regrets that a lot of the people had was they wish that they had the courage to express their feelings. And I think that that's something else that I see with a lot of people. They bottle in their feelings. They have all these, whatever it is that they're feeling or they're experiencing, and they hold it in. They never ever express it to the people who it needs to be expressed to. And I truly believe that when you do that, you set yourself up to all sorts of diseases and whatnot, because you're bottling all those emotions that need to be expressed outward. I mean, of course, it's a right time and a right place to express those emotions, and you don't want to explode on everyone. But your emotions, the way that you feel, if you bottle them up in and they're tearing you apart inside, you have to release them. You got to let them out. Another one of the regrets that a lot of people had was they wish that they stayed in touch with friends. And a lot of them said that, when it comes to the end of life, they wish they could have reconnected with a lot of those people. But, especially if you let a lot of time go by and you lost contact with some of the very, very important people in your life, you're just not able to contact them. Depending on how much time you have left in your life, you won't be able to find those people. So it's just best to stay in touch with them, especially if it's people that meant a lot to you, people that you've been uh, you went through a lot of things with. It's very important to make sure that you stay in touch with your friends. That was definitely one of the bigger regrets of people. They wish they would have stayed in better contact. They allowed life to happen and they lost contact, and for whatever reason, at the end of their life, they were unable to get back in touch with those friends that had meant so much to them. And the fifth thing, and the young lady said that this was a very popular one as well, was, you know, most people just wish that they allowed themselves to be happier. And it's a shame that so many people allow so many years go in their life before they realize that there's nobody else in control of their happiness but themselves. You are in control of your happiness, and people wish that they would allow themselves to be happier. For some reason, I don't know why, people think that someone else controls their happiness and they can't be happy. Anybody can be happy. Happiness is just a choice, and you got to decide that that's what it is that you want, and that's what it is that you're going to get every single day. And if you work towards happiness, you will get that happiness every single day. So, and I just want to leave you with this. Here's the thing, man. Like I said earlier, it's your life. It is your life, and don't live life with any regrets. Now, you got to work hard. I truly believe that we should work hard towards fulfilling all of our dreams and desires. Maybe you'll accomplish all of them, and maybe you won't. But at the end of life, when you get to the end of your life, you want to know that, what? Every day that you had, you lived it to the fullest, and you enjoyed every day. You spent it with the people that you wanted to spend it with, and you did as much as you could possibly do with the resources that you had, and you didn't have any regrets. Because trust me, you don't want to be there and the doctor tells you for whatever reason you got a month to live, you got a week to live, you got a day to live, and then you start thinking about all these things that you wish you would have done. And I see that over and over and over and over again. People allow fear to paralyze them and not do the things that they wanted to do. And then when they get to the end of their life, they start to question themselves, like, why was I so scared? I had no reason to be scared. And they wish they would have done more things, but at that point in time, it's too late. You don't want to be one of those people. So make sure that you don't live your life with any regrets. All right? Thank you.